What's up, guys? How are you tonight? Matt Crane here, host of the Power of Great podcast right here on Blab, and we upload this to iTunes. We take it to Podcast Republic. We take it to Stitcher. We take it to SoundCloud. Hey, we'll take it to your backyard if that's where you want it. But I tell you, the Power of Great, your current situation is not your defining moment. And tonight we got a powerhouse guest with us. I'm really excited to have my man, Frank Salas, the growth hacker of all growth hackers. Frank Salas, what's up, my man? How you doing, buddy?
Matt Crane, welcome. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on your show. I'm so excited to be here.
Man, I tell you what, I'm really excited. You know, guys, for those of you that are listening to this right now on iTunes, Podcast Republic, Stitcher, SoundCloud, for those of you that are going to head on over to my YouTube page and watch this live audience taping of the Power of Great podcast, guys, we've got one of the most exponential thinkers in the growth hacking world that I personally have ever met. You know, Frank, I'm going to let you lay out the story, but I want to set the table real quick if you don't mind. So, guys, it's been a little bit over probably 2 weeks when Frank and I reached out to each other organically, but we've been monitoring one another for the better part of a year, really following each other's progress. Frank was really monitoring my progress on some levels and vice versa. And guys, in a little over 2 weeks, through his growth hacking ability, I've gained over 150 followers on Instagram. I will be eclipsing 3 million hearts on Periscope. My Facebook pages have grown exponential. And I am now considered an influencer on social media, where before I was just considered an expert. And I hope you guys truly understand what the difference in an influencer and an expert really is all about. And guys, we've got the man himself, the Miyagi of the growth hacking world, as I call him, on the Power of Great podcast, Mr. Frank Salas. Frank Salas, hey, tell these folks who you are, man, and just how Mr. Miyagi you really are.
Yeah, well, first off, I really appreciate the intro. Thank you so much for having me. I love working with Matt. When I work with Matt, I feel like I'm doing or having a classic case of swag on swag, because I alone, I have swag and you can beat me. But when I have swag on swag, it's impossible. You cannot even come close to touch me. Me and swag on swag is going to smoke you when it comes to it. So first off, I'm so excited to be here on the Power of Great podcast. This is one of your first episodes that you have coming on. I'm so excited to be one of the starting lineups and bless it with some swagger. So when it comes to growth hacking, the term, let me define what growth hacking is. Growth hacking is where you hack your growth to your social media, to your business, to your social circle, to your network, whatever that may be. And my very first experience with growth hacking, I have to take you back to my very first day at college. The first day that I was at college is a brand new school. I didn't know anybody. And I went to the cafeteria and I made business cards, and those business cards says, "Hi, my name is Frank and I like to party. Here's my cell phone. Text me with all the parties that you have. And if you want to come to a party, send me a text and I'll tell you where all the parties are." So I stood there in front of the most popular chow hall, and I held the door open for everybody, and I said, "Hello, what's up? I'm Frank," and I handed out business cards, and I must have handed out 10,000 cards. I don't even know. And that day, my phone was just blown up with cool dudes, cool chicks, and they were like, "Yo, where's the party? Here's a party. Invite all the girls, invite all the guys." And so I was like, all right, cool. So that was the way that I growth hacked my social circle and growth hacked my network. So that was my first experience, was like, okay, if I take massive action and I put myself out there, lots of cool things happen. So I kept taking that in my life and in my businesses. And when I first started my first business when I was 20 years old, I didn't have any marketing dollars at all. I was the definition of bootstrapping the whole thing. And I had to leverage social media in its early adopter phase back in July of 2008 to get some Facebook reviews. Now, back in the day, in July of 2008, there was no Facebook reviews that were available to the public. Only certain pages could get them, and mine happened to be one that could. So I asked all of my clients, "Hey, could you guys leave me a review on Facebook?" And that was when Facebook didn't even have an app. Facebook, you had to go on the website, you had to leave a review there, you had to let people know what you did, X, Y, and Z. And so I quickly amassed maybe about 30 different reviews. And because of that, Google, which weighted social media reviews, but specifically Facebook reviews at the time more heavy than others, it it put me to the top. So when you typed in airbrush tanning or spray tanning in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or hell, even Texas or the Southwest United States, my salon popped up with my 30 reviews because they were weighted so heavy. They didn't show any ads. They didn't show any businesses. They didn't show any websites. They didn't show any blogs. They didn't show any articles. They showed organic Facebook reviews because at the time that was weighted the most heavily on social media. So that taught me another lesson, which was, when the new things come out, if you're there first and you have a lot of action behind that, then you receive a lot of massive exposure. And so I was able to get Miss Texas as my official sponsor, Miss Dallas, Miss Fort Worth, all of the misses in the area. And I was able to leverage that network and be at Miss USA, Miss America. And, anytime Miss California came in through my network and she was coming to Dallas for an event, she would come to my salon and I could go on social media and take pictures with her, do a video with her and be like, yeah, Miss California's here at the state of the art Salas Sunless Airbrush Tanning Studio here in the heart of Dallas, Texas, and X, Y, and Z, and so on and so forth. I would do that in all my businesses. So I would do that in real estate. Last summer, YouTube marketing for realtors just hit. And so I was doing YouTube videos from my phone. I would go to properties and I would just do a video walkthrough with my phone. And from my phone, I would upload it directly to YouTube. And when I did that, Google, which is the world's second or the world's first largest search engine, who now owns YouTube, which is the world's second largest search engine, was promoting YouTube video content. So if you typed in last year, moving to Austin because video was just not getting started, my videos were the first one there. So you can see it's a repeating thing. So I don't do anything differently. I'm just there first. I take massive action and I focus my attention on what people are focusing on. And I'm going to drop a few spoilers, a few teasers of the next biggest thing that's coming to the marketplace. But I want to give you a little tour of how deep my rabbit hole goes. And that's just a very initial introduction to my rabbit hole.
Well, guys, so one thing I hope you guys are extracting from what Frank just said was that he recognized at a very early age that in order to get noticed, he had to get noticed. And so growth hacking number one is that there's no special sauce if you're not willing to put in the effort. And so I really respect that Frank is very humble about his abilities. Nowhere in his introduction did he mention that he's owned and operated and sold 14 businesses. Nowhere in there did he mention that he's a serial entrepreneur and that he has held multiple 5-figure speaking gigs, turned them down. And guys, I would tell you, Frank is just, he's a growth hack in himself. I catch myself every day watching him, and I feel like he's having aha moments every time he posts something in social media. Like, I just growth hacked this. So, Frank, for our audience, what I want you as a growth hacking specialist to break down what it really means to be on social media, a novice player, an intermediate player, and a major player, and why it's important to get out of the novice area and start pushing towards the major area.
Definitely. So for me, I feel somebody who's a novice maybe uses Facebook socially, maybe uses Instagram socially. They just got on their business and they're like, okay, I want to market my business. Now there's offline marketing, there's online marketing, and then there's social media. A lot of people like to lump in social media into online marketing, but social media is not pay-per-click on YouTube, on Google. Social media is not affiliate networking. Social media is not, blogging. Social media is its own method of marketing. It's just like direct mail. It's just like, promotions in store. It's just like a billboard. It's just like a newspaper. It's a different sector of marketing. Marketing is all encompassing. It has different legs, but social media in itself, number one, is free. You don't have to pay to make a Facebook page. You could get real estate online right now by going to facebook.com and putting up a business page on Facebook. And you now have an online real estate store. And just recently, you can now pay for, you can now put your shop on Facebook. You can sell things directly through the Facebook app. If you sell a book, a t-shirt, a product, a program, anything, you can go to go to your Facebook page, and it's not for everybody just yet. It's for a certain amount of people. If you have a certain amount of metrics, especially if you're verified, or if you have any mentions, or you have any Facebook insights like that, people, Facebook would let you know. And so go to your Facebook page and look on the right and see if there's a button for you to add a shop. If that's not there yet, you don't have enough traffic, and it's not public yet. This is a beta thing. So once you become a growth hacker, and once you have a lot of traction, and Facebook knows that, oh, when I do a new feature, Frank Salas gets his hands on it and he does this, this, and this, and I got to stop Frank Salas from doing that. And I gotta make sure he doesn't manipulate it this way. And so I'm just there first. Whenever Facebook drops a new feature, boom, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see what works. And so if you're not, just look at what's new. Look at the page. Go to your Instagram. See what you're doing and see what you're not doing. Look at other places. If you want a metric, go to mine. Follow me on all social media. My game's tight everywhere. Pinterest, Periscope, Snapchat, Facebook, LinkedIn, Busker, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere you see me, my Facebook game is tight. Or my social media game is tight. So look at other people who are doing what you're doing. But here's the difference between a novice and an intermediate. A novice isn't using hashtags. Hashtags are the way people find you online. So if I am interested in finding other growth hackers, all I do is go to Twitter, which is social media's largest search engine, and just type in growth hacking. And I'm going to find all the real people that are in growth hacking. And I'm going to look at them and be like, oh, that's a soldier. Oh, that's not a soldier. I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm going to work with them. Now, if I'm an intermediate, and let's say I am doing stuff like using hashtags, keywords, maybe I'm even using graphics in all of my posts. Remember, on social media right now, 62% of all content is visual. Now, do you want to put a picture up, or do you want to put a video up? Both will work, but a video would work a lot better, especially if it's informative, especially if it's engaging, and if it looks good. It doesn't have to be professional. I will tell you this 100% truth. 100% of the videos that I do that you see online, 100%, they come from a phone. 100%. I don't have any special video camera or anything like that. You have to realize that this is a $1 billion device. For those of you guys watching the podcast, I'm holding my phone up right now and saying this is a $1 billion device. Samsung, Google, Facebook, Apple, Snapchat, LinkedIn, who just got bought out by Microsoft, who's doing some crazy stuff with LinkedIn. Can't wait to tell you about that. These guys are all $1 billion companies that host your stuff for free. They link to your websites. They link to Google. They make you registered. They provide a marketplace for you to distribute your content. And the difference between an intermediate person and an expert is that they don't realize how they're using social media, and they're not doing the little things right. Just like if you're in basketball. If you're in basketball and you're on the JV team and you want to make it to the varsity team, you got to make sure you put your hand in the cookie jar after every shot. You got to get perfect form. You got to make sure you play defense and get down and put your hands in the passing lanes every time. That's just it. Same thing with social media. If you want to go from a novice to an expert, and an expert, by the way, is just somebody who knows more than the next person. I don't call myself an expert. Other people do, but I'm just there first. I learn before everybody else gets there. I manipulate it. I try it out, and I'm really interested into it. For me, it's not being an expert. For me, it's like this is how this works, but let me tweak it. Let me play with it. And growth hackers always look at things. How can I manipulate this to my advantage? And if you go to my Instagram at Talented Mr. Salas, I have so many comments. If you click on all of my hashtags, every single one of my hashtags will be top ranking. And I serve those in my inner circle, the talent tribe, with the tactics, just how to do that. I'm going to drop some nuggets here and some diamonds for you as well. But the difference between an intermediate person and an expert person is not only are they not doing the little things right every day, is that they don't have the knowledge. And if they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the application. For example, for me, every time I do a blab, I always have a hashtag in there because I know that blabs will go from blab to Twitter. And if I want to be found, I would put hashtag BizDev with Matt Crane, hashtag business development with Matt Crane. And I wouldn't say Matt Crane. I would put I am Matt Crane. So it tags him so he knows that he was being talked about on my program. Or if I am on Periscope and I am broadcasting live and I'm looking for sponsors, this is how I got my sponsors. I went out to the Latin American countries who do sunglasses and I looked at the ones that I liked and I said, oh, I like those guys' sunglasses. So I just tagged them for months on my periscopes. I just tagged them every time I was outdoors and I had sunglasses on that were polarized. I would use at and then Wolfnor. And those are my sunglass sponsors. And for a few weeks, they were like, who the hell is this guy, Frank Salas? And why is his following retweeting us? It sounds like this guy has influence. We should probably send him some sunglasses. And I'm like, no, here are your sunglasses back. Send me a paycheck and then send me some sunglasses, because that's what I'm looking for. I have an audience, and that's how I got my first sponsor. I have 3 sponsors right now. One is a virtual assistant company out in the Philippines, and another one is my buddies over at Archon Mounts. And that's how I dual stream, how I'm on Periscope, Busker, Blab, and Facebook Live all at the same time, because I was able to reach out to Archon and say, yo, I have a tribe of live streamers. Do you want to sponsor us? And I was able to produce that because I was able to show them my metrics. I was able to get those kinds of arrangements. And now my tribe's value is that they get a discount at Archon Mount. So if you go to Archon and you use the word Talent Tribe for your promo, you get a discount for being a part of the clique. So the difference between an intermediate and an expert is just the little things and the know-how to do little things like that. And I could talk to you all day about that kind of stuff, on why you want to use 30 hashtags on Instagram, and you want to put those 30 hashtags on your comments. And the reason you want to use 30 hashtags is because 30 hashtags is the maximum amount of Instagram hashtags you can have. Now, if I'm on Instagram and I go on my phone and I go to the Instagram application, I have 2 options. I can go to my friends and look at their cool stuff. But if I want to see different stuff, I can go to search right up here. And at the very top, I can type in whatever it is that I'm looking for. And so if I want to type in hashtag growth hack, I'm going to look at all the posts that are about growth hacking. And right now there's 3,245 posts on growth hacks, which may not seem like a lot, but that right there is 3,000 posts of people that are very, very, very interested in growth hacking. They're not interested in social media marketing. They're not interested in marketing offline. They're not interested in marketing on newspapers. They're very specifically interested in growth hacking. So Frank, my job is to be in those people.
So Frank, I want you to expand on that, right? And here's why.
Okay.
So for our audience, I want you to get specific on why they need to target their hashtags, not just pick what they want to put, why they need to target their hashtags, and talk to me about the analytics and the ROI from those hashtags.
Absolutely. So I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm not Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not Grant Cardone. I don't have 1 million followers. And matter of fact, I don't want 1 million followers, because I'm so crazy, and the amount of work that you guys who are listening to my voice have to do to put this work in, most people don't. I screen my clients like crazy. I frequently give money back and say, I'm sorry, sir, ma'am, you are not dedicated enough for me to serve you. Please come back to me when you change your mindset. Your money is no good here. I don't need your money. I need your commitment. And so right now, I only have 600 followers on Instagram right now, and I just posted this video up not even 2 hours ago. So let me click on that for you. This is a video, by the way. I have 47 views and I have 25 comments. I have 47 views and 25 comments. I just dropped this 3 hours ago. Sorry, 3 hours ago. And for everybody on the podcast, I'm actually showing this live on the screen. So now if I go back to my comments and I go to my hashtags again, because I have my hashtags in my comments, and there's 30 of my comments in the hashtags. Check this out. Here are my hashtags. And before you go to Instagram and you rip off my comments or my hashtags, just want to let you know that my comments are attracting people that I want to serve. There's no way that you can serve people who are who have the hashtags or who are looking at the hashtags that I'm looking at, because I'm a different business than you. I'm not a business development person. I'm not a resume writer like Tracy. I am not, let me see, Trisha. What is Trisha's gig? Trisha, I can't see what she does. Health and wellness. You know, I don't do that kind of stuff. I go over people who are digital nomads, who are vloggers, who are live streamers, who want to growth hack their social media presence. And so when you go to my Instagram and you see all these hashtags, I'm just going to click on one. Hashtag remote work. Actually, let's see. Hashtag mobile office life. So I just posted this one up a few hours ago, so it's not yet registered, but there's me in the top post. So this is the top post, and I am number 6 of the top post. That was my post yesterday. So if anybody who's looking for mobile office life, which is only 1,600 posts, they'll find me right there.
So Frank,
And let me go on.
While you're looking at another one, I want you to also break down. So guys, once again, notice how he's saying 1,600, 3,000. Frank, talk to us about what those numbers represent and why those hashtags, once again, are so important to your ranking and how you're ranking on the top post.
Absolutely. So here's another one that I have. So hashtag consultants. There's my video right there. I'm number 5. I'm number 5 of the top 9 posts right there. So anybody, by the way, who is looking on Instagram, first and foremost, Instagram is a visual search engine. So if I go to the search icon and I type in consultants right here, so I'm typing in hashtag consultants, that means that I want to see what consultants look like. What do consultants look at? What do they do? So I'm going to go to hashtag consultants, and there's 23,000 posts right now. There's 23,000 posts right there, as you can see, from consultants. I happen to be number 5. And so right there, these are the top posts. And there's my last post that I did right there. But that means that there's 23,000 posts. And this is a really good hashtag. And I would recommend for you guys to be in between 3,000 and 20,000 posts. I'm looking to get in between 3,000 and 20,000 posts. When you can do that, you're going to be more likely to get up here with the top comments. The reason that I don't want to do so what do consultants do? Consultants are in business. The reason that I don't want to use the hashtag business, and the last time I checked, business had some very vulgar things on here, so I won't go there. Yeah, they're still there. Let me go to something different. Let me say, let me do something like marketing.
Awesome. So guys, while Frank is looking for his new hashtag to really break down this information, my name is Matt Crane, and you are live on the Power of Great podcast. It's aired on iTunes, Podcast Republic, Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud, and we've got Frank Salas, known as @Talented Mr. Salas 1. He's a growth hacking specialist, serial entrepreneur, and I want to give a big shout out to the show sponsors, Rush Impact Marketing, my man Jeremy Warner, as well as our local sponsor for tonight, The Outlook, guys, a clothing store. It's one of the most long-standing clothiers here in my hometown, and I'm excited to promote them today and have them as a host of our episode tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in, and for all of you listening out there, I hope you're taking notes because Frank is dropping some serious knowledge. So Frank, talk to us again about those hashtags.
Absolutely. So appreciate that. So right now I looked up the hashtag marketing, and these are the top posts in marketing. I don't necessarily want to be there. And not that it wouldn't be valuable, but here's why I don't want to be there. There's 5 million posts. Let's see if you can see that. You're right there. Yeah, there's 5 million posts on the hashtag marketing. So this one, I'm going to click on this. The latest one just happened 5 minutes ago. Now I'm going to scroll down just like I'm on this phone. I'm going to scroll down quite a bit. Wait for these photos to load up. I'm scrolling down, waiting for these, scroll down. I'm going to keep scrolling down, wait for this to load. I'm going to click on this one. So I went down quite a bit. And this is 23 minutes old. So I scrolled down maybe like 5 or 7 pages, and I'm now 23 minutes away. Which means that if you posted yesterday, you would probably have to scroll down on this for about an hour, maybe 3, just to find your post. Now, if you're looking for people that are interested in marketing, this is great, but there's too much there. What I want to do is I want to find people that are interested in specific marketing. So if you go back to my profile where I'm using hashtag, hashtag Instagram for business. Am I ranked? No, I'm not ranked anymore. Social media training. Yep. Hashtag social media training, where there's 14,000 posts, and there's me right there. It's like being on the 50th page of Google. Nobody's finding you there. Exactly. And I'm right there. I am number 7 on hashtag social media marketing, and people can find me there. Now, the last post, this one right here, this one is 56 minutes ago. So that's 56 minutes ago. So let me scroll down, show you guys a little bit more. I'm just scrolling down in real time for those of you guys in the podcast. I'm gonna go down a little bit more. I'm gonna go down real fast. I just flipped the screen like, I don't know, 20 times. And I'm gonna click on this. That's from 4 days ago, right there. And I went down pretty deep. So your stuff is gonna show up there a lot faster and a lot. Let me just show it there. So yeah, that's 4 days ago. Hopefully you can see that.
And guys, so I'm going to have Frank expand on this just a little bit, but so to kind of make your point, Frank, guys, what Frank is really outlining to you right now, and I'm going to have him go a little bit deeper, is that by specifically targeting your hashtags, you're creating a target funnel. So for instance, I created a graphic that was very targeted about what Frank would call an evergreen. It was very targeted for a message for my business and my picture. And guys, I put a hashtag fit mom because I target mothers that have fitness businesses, and I seem to have a lot of traffic from those areas. Guys, out of 34,000 posts on a fit mom hashtag with my picture in a suit in the middle of a sidewalk on a business district, I was the third ranked profile picture or the third ranked graphic, and I was there for 3 days. And so, Frank, walk us through real quick why those targeted hashtags literally put targeted eyeballs on your product. And when people come and follow you, you're having followers who are staying, not just raising your numbers up briefly.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I have a lot of followers, and I'm sure you guys might experience like when people follow you and then they unfollow you and then they follow you back and they unfollow you because they're just trying to do vanity stuff. And that's not the kind of engagement I'm talking about. I'm talking about hyper specific targeted peeps. When I use the hashtag, like one of the hashtags that I use is vlogger mexicana. That means Mexican lady vlogger. And so there's a bunch of Mexican ladies up here, and then there's me right there at post number 8. And so when people see this, number one, I stand out, just like Matt Crane stands out as number 3 in Fit Mom. Now, from here, when people see this is different. And because we're human beings, we're naturally attracted to what's different. They're like, why is this guy in a suit? He's not a chick. Why is he in a suit? Why is he on here? What up? Hey, big shout out to Chocolate Johnny, John Capos, for joining us. If you guys have never heard of John Capos at Chocolate Johnny, he is a social media guru. He is a growth hacker himself. Make sure that you follow Mr. John Capos. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate that, John. So now over here, when I'm on this, the people that are on this hashtag, they're not African. They're not Canadian. They're not French. They're not American. They're Mexican. And I am seeking to attract Mexican vloggers who are Latinas because, number one, they're pretty. Number 2, they're well-spoken. And number 3, they're all on YouTube promoting MAC and cosmetics and mascara and makeup, but they're not getting paid for it. And I can really serve those people and say, hey, I already see you doing the effort that I have to pull teeth from my clients to go out and do, which is live stream, put yourself on camera. If you would work with me and do these little things here and there, then you would be able to get yourself in front of the right people, get sponsors, and get paid. And I can truly serve those people. Now, on the hashtag Vlogger Latina, there's only 18,000 posts. There's only 18,000 posts. I'm the only dude posting on there. So I stand out. And these women, like this woman right here, this girl in the middle, she's already reached out to me. She's like, Frank, I keep seeing your posts. I didn't know who you were. I had no idea what you are. And after like the 10th time that I saw you get the top post, I clicked on your page. And then after that, I saw like 4 or 5 of your videos. And then after that, I added you on Snapchat. And then after that, I checked you out on Periscope. And then after that, I clicked on the link in your bio. And then when I clicked on the link in your bio, I joined your private Facebook group or your talent tribe. And now I'm here and I would like to work with you. I want to work with you. I want to buy this program. I want to do this product. This is good. This is something that I want to do. So again, maybe to get a little bit more focused and to Matt's point, when you are on Instagram, and let's say you're a business coach, the last thing you want to do if you're a business coach is say hashtag business coach. Because if you type in hashtag business coach on Instagram, if you type in that, you're going to see other business coaches. And when you see other business coaches, they're all going to be posting to each other. And would you want to be where your where your customers is, or do you want to be where your competitors are? So for me, you would never put me in, see me put like social media consultant, business coach, because that's going to be a bunch of other business coaches. I want to be where my clients are. I want to be where my people are looking. If you sell watches, don't put yourself in like fashion, even though that would work. Put yourself at what dudes look at. Do you sell men's watches or do you sell women's watches? And what do men and women post about? So from that, you can absolutely get a lot of exposure from that. So it looks like we got some peeps in the
So guys, I
group
really
or in the
say,
chat.
what we're going to do, guys, is I really want to maximize Frank's time here. So guys, for the podcast purposes, Frank, definitely let everyone know where they can find you, how they can follow you. And I do believe that you have a mastermind group or a talent tribe group. And I would definitely love for our audience to know how they can take advantage of the possibility of some complimentary training before we close out tonight's podcast.
Absolutely. Guys, this is like my intro level stuff for everybody in the talent tribe. They're like, oh my God, that's basic stuff. We learned that on day one. So I provide complimentary trainings like this for my inner circle. For those of you guys who are in the talent tribe, big shout out to the talent tribe. What up, fam? What up? But if you're not in the talent tribe, make sure that you come out and you click on this link, bit.ly/talented one, all lowercase. We have a bunch of cool stuff where we growth hack each other, and it's all complimentary. For example, if you go to my Instagram page and you look at all my comments, every one of my comments looks like this. Just people throwing emojis up. Just like that. People throwing up nonstop emojis. That's just not on one comment. That's on all of them. Here's yesterday's. 47 comments yesterday. Look at this. 47 comments. I have more engagement than Gary Vee. I have more engagement than Grant Cardone. My stuff is popping all the time. And because of that, Instagram wants to reward me by putting me in the top post. And because I know how to growth hack Instagram, I can get that out there. So if you want stuff like that, again, the rabbit hole goes deep with me. This was just Instagram. I haven't told you about Busker. I haven't told you about Snapchat. I haven't told you about Facebook groups. I haven't told you about Facebook Live. I haven't told you about Twitter. I haven't even told you about Pinterest. And I cover those complimentary, and I have a bunch of complimentary trainings on Periscope. You go follow me there at Frank Salas, and you'll have at least 20 hours of just complimentary trainings. I give you about 60% of the training on Periscope, and I do about 80% of the rest in my talent tribe, my inner circle. And from that, I do the full training in my talent school for those of you guys who really want to take care of your business. You can go there. So go ahead and go to Facebook and look for Talent Tribe. I don't want you to go to my website. I never, ever send anybody to my website. And by the way, guys, this nugget right here, this diamond is from Mr. Chocolate Johnny, John Kapos out in Australia. If you guys are building a tribe and you guys are out on Periscope and you're like doing this and you're already putting the effort in, but you aren't building a list, don't build a list. I never will ask you for your email. Never once will I ask you for your email. Not one time will I ask you for your email, because I'd rather have you go to my Facebook group, bit.ly/talented one, all lowercase, or go to Facebook and type in Talent Tribe. And here's why. Number one, nobody turns off Facebook notifications. Number two, Facebook is so official that you use it to open up banks. You use it to open up, do a job interview. You use it to do a job application. You use it to sign up for Airbnb, Uber, and all a bunch of different applications. And when someone joins your Facebook group, you don't need their name. You don't need their email. You don't need anything. All you need to do is send them a message. Send them a message, and this phone's going to ring. And you can call them. You can video chat them. You can leave them a voicemail so they can know, like, and trust you even further. And on top of that, you know what pages they like, what part of the world that they live in, where do they go on vacation, where do they go to hang out at, what kind of gym do they work out in, who's their mom, who's their dad. You get all that information from Facebook, and it's absolutely free, and you can directly contact them. So before anybody takes it out of context and say Frank doesn't know what he's talking about, guys, if you're making 10 grand a month, get an email list. If you're making 20 grand a month, get an email list. But if you're just getting started and you're wondering, should I pay $500 a month to Entreport? I would slap you upside the head and say, no, your money is your most valuable resource right now. Take that money and invest it into yourself. Get some equipment like I have. Get a green screen like Matt has. Put yourself out there and invest in yourself first. And then, once you have a tribe that demands an email list, then get into those email marketing things. So that's my advice to everybody. I wanted to let you know that you can join me in my talent tribe, where I do serve those with talent and I transform them into thought leaders. If you would like to be a part of that, where I drop my complimentary trainings, I'm going to leave the link out here where you can find me. You can find me on social media everywhere at Talented Mr. Salas, on Periscope at Frank Salas, on Blab at Talented Mr. Salas, the #1. And for my inner circle, go to Facebook and search for Talent Tribe, or go to bit.ly/talented one. Matt, thank you so much for having me.
So, guys, that was Frank Salas on the Power of Great podcast, growth hacking with a serial entrepreneur. And I will promise you one thing. He only dropped a gold chain. He didn't drop the gold train. So I want to thank you guys for being a part of the Power of Great podcast right here on Blab, and then on iTunes, Podcast Republic, Stitcher Radio. I'm your host, Matt Crane, at I Am Matt Crane, letting you know that your current situation is not your defining moment. The power of great lies inside each and every one of you. Thank you for being here, guys. Have a great night.